friends. I'm Prairie Vintage. My name's Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube. I use spirits, my intuition, and the tarot to communicate energies to you guys, beautiful viewers. I'm so super excited to get into today's reading. If you are new to this channel, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here and that you found your way to me. And if you're returning, I'm so grateful, so blessed that you are here. All of you guys are very safe. Welcome in this space with me today. And in theme with Valentine's week, I will be looking at your next significant partner, spouse, your next major relationship, who this person is. And then we'll be taking a look at the set of circumstances in regards to energy when you guys will either meet or come together or whatever the energy wants to show us. All right. So I don't know what we're going to see here. This could certainly be complete new energy, could be someone you already know. I don't know. Okay, so just use your intuition. I won't be doing an energy check so much as you just leaning in your intuition. If it sounds like something that you can confirm, then you can certainly take the message. But do keep in mind, these are general readings, so not everything is going to be 100% to your story. I will do my very best to communicate the energy that I see in each of these piles, or these picks. So for pick number 1, we have the selenite, I guess, trophy, spirally heart trophy. Beautiful selenite. And for option 2, we have the lapis lazuli tower with the gold flecks. Beautiful. And for option number 3, we have the ginormous chunk of clear quartz. Clear quartz crystal. All right, so I will leave the video running for a bit. If you are not resonating with your pile, don't feel obligated to sit there and listen. This is a message for whoever needs to hear it. So it could be that none of these make sense to your story. Don't make it fit, okay? I will see you guys at your pick. The timestamps will be in the description box and in the pinned comment below. It will take you directly to your pick. 1, 2, 3. I will see you there. Hello, my most gorgeous pile 1. You picked the selenite. I called it the trophy, carved heart, spiral heart. Beautiful. Let's take a look at the selenite group. Pile 1, we're taking a look at your next significant partner, spouse, relationship. Who is this person? And then what sort of energy is going to be around you and this person when you guys come together or when you guys meet, because you might already know this person. This might be a complete new person. Use your own intuition. Okay, and now I do want to make mention, you're not falling in love with yourself. If this sounds like you've pulled into your own energy, which is absolutely very common here in this channel. And it could just be that one pile is your own energy and maybe Spirit's wanting you to listen to that if you're wanting to. Or it could be your person is in one pile and your energy is sitting in another. Okay, absolutely common. Just don't force anything to fit. I've not looked at these oracle cards. I just shuffled. So let's see who this person is. All right. So we have the seed, and this is 66. So reduced to number 12 or the number 3. Okay. We have recovery with the key. Recovery. The door is, the keyhole is glowing here, and this guy is blowing kind of healing energy. I'm getting air sign here, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and because of the seed, I'm getting a little bit of earth. I'm not sure which earth sign I'm feeling here, but lots of air. Okay, we have the butterfly, card number 10. Take a look at that. Beautiful. And it says, allow yourself to leave behind the past and what is no longer necessary so you can truly be the person you have worked hard to become. All right, well, the number 12 is all about, like the 12th house, is all about endings, healing, and closure. Recovery is healing. Okay, 12th house is also about the subconscious or limiting beliefs, what's hidden, the afterlife, getting heavy Scorpio now from this as well. I'm picking up Taurus energy from the earth. So it doesn't mean your person has to be that specific sign. It's just the energy in which this person's encompassing here that I'm picking up here. Okay, so leave the past behind. So certainly something they're recovering from here in the past. I feel like in order to grow something prosperous for the new. Okay, and 12 reduced is 3, and the third house is all about the mind, thinking, communication, and I was getting air, and air energy is, when we were talking swords, that is all about the mind, thinking, and communication. Okay, so let's keep going. Energy is very tied here. Lizard. I just heard a Western sort of whistle here, like someone wandering the desert, like, I don't know, like, I don't even know how to say it, like the that's totally what I just heard in my head, like super loud. So kind of like gangsta, but like kind of wandering a lonely desert. Okay, interesting. Victim. That would stand with this recovery and this the needing to heal here with the karma, the afterlife, subconscious. Okay, so we have light attributes prevents you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others. Shadow attributes playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity, inability to maintain personal boundaries. Okay. Your person might have dark hair, okay? Fool. Light attributes, fearlessly revealing emotion, helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. Shadow attributes, using humor to wound rather than liberate, denial of your emotional truth. It's kind of picking that up from here, like tough guy, gangster, like a little bit of an avoidance sort of energy here. Okay, these so far you're like, what? Why does my person sound all screwed up? Okay, well, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, the Weaver, rediscovery and transition. Okay, well, that's good. Transition, rediscovery. Looks like weaving the fabric of something. It's kind of giving me seed energy, something to be built. I see the intuition eye, third eye energy. So all about intuition. And then we see two hands making things happen. Okay. The Weaver, rediscovery and transition. We have electric eel spirit, bring your ideas to life. Yeah, making things happen. 24, number 6 coming out again. We have 6, 6, 6, because that was 66. 6 is a balanced number. It's about a give and take. And 6 could be also representing the lovers in the tarot, which is a choice. And lovers is also about our values. Yeah, because with the lovers, it's like we are in an energy of a give and take with a life partner of what we value, what we want to value in our partner. So I'm feeling heavy lovers energy, which is Gemini coming through. We have the void. 42 and another 6. So now we have 6, 6, 6, 6. The void. I'm getting Scorpio coming through again. Okay, and transition, sitting with this void, and then we have the earthworm, earth energy coming through again. I'm feeling Taurus specifically, again, although earth is Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. Earthworm, relearning, novice. I also feel healing coming from this energy. Okay, so very specific messages coming through before the channeling even begun. Let me sit with this and communicate who this person is, and then we will pull the tarot and see the energy around when you guys meet or when you guys come together, what the energy will be like. So just give me a little bit. Okay. Let me see the mask here. And then crying, bring your ideas to life in the void. Okay, so when this person, okay, how you will know who this person is. Remember, we're only seeing one aspect. Doesn't mean this is all everything that your person encompasses. Okay, you're not two-dimensional or one-dimensional. We are multi-dimensional, multifaceted. So if I speak of this, this isn't the only thing your person is, which means there could be multiple aspects and other piles as well. I just heard, but this is so you know who this person is. And this is somebody here who I feel is in a transitional state of going from someone who has been hurt. And I feel like they've been hurt. They do feel quite alone, but almost like they have to go it alone. Like there's something to prove here. And it could be very much a masculine type energy. It doesn't have to be male. Born male, okay, but this is like masculine energy is someone who's a doer. I can get her done. I have to push through without opening myself up to what's hurting me, the receptive energy, allowing oneself to be in tune with the feminine side here. And it could very well be that this person, their upbringing was one that was very hard on them, or they maybe had a father role model or a role model parent that had to say it's tough to, or it's strength to be tough. It's strength to pull through, you know, even in challenging times here. And so I think this person's wearing a tough guy mask, like a gangsta mask. I can get it done, you know, the tough music here, but it feels lonely. It feels cold. It feels hurtful. And it feels like this person has experienced something that they're needing to look at that's hurt them. Okay, and so I feel like they wander in this sort of no man's land, if you will, needing a little bit of direction, inspiration. I feel like this person lacks the lackluster or the spark or the inspiration to come out of this sort of thing. Although they have an energy here of I'm pushing through, and eventually I'll get there. But I don't think this person understands that in order to get there, they have to kind of take the mask and acknowledge the feelings in order for them to then close that chapter, put it behind them, leave the past kind of there, or acknowledge what needs to be acknowledged, because I feel it's going to haunt them until they do so. So it's almost like this person just keeps carrying on with that feeling without kind of acknowledging it, in order for them to then be able to build something of themselves, or find the spark, the passion, and have a zest for life. So I do feel like this person is kind of in no man's land right now. There isn't really an aim to this person. They're not quite sure where they're going. They won't see themselves kind of as a victim so much, although the role that they are playing is victim, because I feel like this person is doing exactly that, in which they're, I don't know, like the mask is saying that they're not, you know, that I could get through, that I'm not hurt, or that I can walk it alone, and that I don't know, need anyone, or that I'm just kind of this energy that's perfectly fine here and tough, and I don't need a whole lot of resources here. So this person could certainly be somebody who has been cold to anyone trying to come into their world, or if you were to give this person some unconditional love, or just show some compassion, if they are not used to that, because it's not how they were brought up, they don't know what to do with this. So they shut things out here, okay? So I feel like this person is in a big need for a new beginning, to explore a different side of themselves that they have not yet been allowing themselves to do, which I feel is going to bring them back to life. Like I just saw the AED machine, like that heart zapper thing that gets your heart going again. So I do feel as though this connection is kind of like the AED machine for this person. Okay, so maybe you've, I don't know, like meeting this person, we'll see when we pull the energy of what happens when you guys kind of come together, is kind of bringing this person a zest for life. So it's almost like I don't know if it's a depression so much as it feels like a depression here, okay? Because it's like no real or what's lackluster? Like desire, like no real desire. So it's a transition, and I feel like they're trying their best to transition, although I don't feel that they know what it is that they're needing to do here. So it is a rediscovery of self. And I mean, the earthworm is all about, I won't be surprised we see a lot of page energy, because that's like, a learning type energy, someone who's still quite novice, who's still learning. And I feel like it's learning about themselves or this side of themselves, because maybe they've only ever really tapped into this masculine side, and we're both masculine, feminine energy. So I feel like because they've been hurt, they're needing to rediscover who they are as a whole person here. And I feel like they're walking away or running away from it in some way. They're running away from themselves, and I don't feel like this person is okay, because I'm getting two things which might sound contradictory, but it's really not. It's like, because I'm saying this person's like constantly keeps going, but I feel a very stuck sort of energy until they deal with something. So it's almost like they distract themselves with this tough attitude. So this person could certainly be someone who's focused a lot on work, who's focused a lot on distracting themselves. Could be anything, partying or just their lifestyle or just keeping busy, or someone who hasn't yet been able to grow up in a way that is fully recognizing who they are as a complete person. And so this transition, this rediscovery of self, is needing to bandage up or heal the hurts in order for them to have a new beginning, so that they can actually make something for themselves here that I feel like intuitively they know, but they're not listening. So we might even see High Priestess in reverse because we're ignoring something we're supposed to do. We might see even, the Strength card in reverse because we're not wanting to. So, and with Taurus energy coming through, the energy of, that is stubbornness or toughness, because I do feel something very solid about this person. Like I don't feel like this person is flaky by any means. Like I feel like this person is pretty solid. Would be a very good friend, reliable, dependable. And just because I am getting Taurus energy, this is coming through. You might really like food. Okay, I know that's a Taurus kind of stereotype, but food is coming through here. So this could be somebody who likes to eat, or maybe somebody who might be very healthy in appearance. Okay, so this person is battling with this needing to heal. So with the recovery, lots of things are coming through. The recovery for what has happened, or to acknowledge a part of themselves, to accept themselves, this feminine side, to leave whatever hurts they've had in the past. Definitely would be this recovery, this need to heal and let go of who they're telling themselves they need to be or have to be, because there is a narrative in their mind that they have to be tough and they have to be this sort of resilient energy in order to get through. But also they could need to recover from what they've maladapted to, like if they've turned to an addiction, if they turn to a distraction, if they're focused on like work, it's like they're needing to recover from something here, I feel. Okay. I feel like this person needs to also be very honest, because mask, and then like I said, there's like a emphasis here on communicating a truth of theirs that's going to provide them with what it is that's going to set them free. It's going to open that door so they can transition from an old identity. And with butterfly, that's all about transformation, to transform into who they are kind of meant to be in order to bring this beautiful self to life, so their ideas could flourish. so they can go from a seed to whatever it is that they want to be. You know, if they're just in seed sort of energy, they're not reach their potential. And there's a lot of potential here, and I'm getting from all this around there, again, the shutting out, you know, the shutting out, because there is a very vulnerable sort of state here. When we're seed, we need the environment of a safe place in order for a seed to flourish. So I don't necessarily know that this person is in a safe environment to flourish, because a lot doesn't grow in the desert. I mean, I'm getting more desert than lizard here, but a lot doesn't grow in the desert. And we have a seed that needs watering and soil, and, you know, mind you, this is a pearl, which pearls, I'm getting too much, Spirit. Not too much downloads. My head's hurting. Okay. I'll go back to the pearl. So we got the desert. We have the seed. The seed needs the soil. The seed needs an environment to flourish. And this person is hanging around in the wrong environment. Okay, could be physical, and it for sure is in the wrong mental environment and emotional environment for them to support what needs to flourish from within them. But they don't feel they are. They feel they got to stay here, you know? And so I feel like that's their protective mechanism, because I think they definitely want to flourish, okay? Their intention is to make it, but it's like, I'm going to keep walking till I get there, but they don't need to, you know, continuously wander this desert, which is going to go on forever until they stop and acknowledge what they're needing to acknowledge here. So they think this is a protecting of self in order to get them to get to where they need to go and grow and build, but that's a misunderstanding. And then with the pearl here, I'm getting pearls are formed from the clam shell. Okay, so clam is definitely someone who's covered tightly by a shell here, who doesn't allow others in. But I'm also getting strong emotion. So I feel like this person is not allowing themselves to feel like they need to, you know, feel. And I feel like this person is doing everything to not have to feel. So it's like the colder I am, or the more I ignore, or the more I kind of stay in this environment, the more I don't need to acknowledge my emotions. So therefore, you know, that's their form of protecting self. But it's like they need to face their emotions here so that they can, the narrative falls off, the mask they're wearing, the tough exterior falls off, the past person of who they are, so they can actually use the key to open the door, so they transition out into something that they can make of themselves, rather than staying in some sort of void energy, wandering about. Wowzers. Okay, so this is who this person is, and you're thinking like, oh gosh, like, this is my next soul person. This is an aspect of them, okay? And this could certainly be, I don't know, when you meet them, or just, you know, so identifying who this person is at some point in time, a significant point in time in this person's life here. So let's take a look. I'm going to pull the tarot. Like, what sort of energy is this person going to be in when you guys come together, or what sort of energy will you be in when you guys come together? I'll see what comes through. We just want to know the energetic state here of when pile one comes together with their person's spirit. So thank you so much for this clear and concise message. I don't know if these are going to shuffle. These are kind of awkward. For this clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number one, spirit, we want to know, what is the energy like when pile one and this person, their next significant relationship, their spouse or partner, what is the energy like when they come together? Thank you so much. When these two can actually come together, spirit, what will the energy be like? All right. Okie dokie. Let me shake these energies. off the cards. All right, we'll pull a few oracles and then we'll pull some tarot. Okay, so what will the energy be like between pile 1 and this person, their next significant spouse, partner, relationship? Okay, so we have light. I'm not going to read them reverse tarot. I'll read as they come out. So we have light curve. Light curve. One fell on my lap and it says anxiety. Okie dokie. I always get 9 of Swords from this, and Devil because we have the handcuffs there in this anxiety. Obviously 9 of Swords. We see keys again. Now we see 2 keys instead of the 1 key. So keys being significant. Keys all about knowledge and information. We have honesty. 23. We're the number 5. The energy of honesty supports our choice to be courageously truthful and genuine with kindness and tact. Why we were seeing this mask here, okay? The acknowledgement. We need to acknowledge. Okay, so one more of these, and then we'll pull the tarot. Spirit, the energy for pile 1 and their future person. What energy will they be in here? Again, what energy will they be in when pile 1 and their person come together? Spirit, clear and concise message. All right. We have surrender to spirit. Once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine and let spirit work its magic for you. Beautiful, powerful. Surrender to divine timing. Look at that. Sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough, according to your ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. Spirit is too funny. Surrender to success. You are ready to experience abundance. Don't look back at previous roadblocks or difficulties. Leap into an exciting new world of possibilities. Okay. I don't know if that we need a whole bunch of tarot, but Spirit, clear and concise message here for pile 1. What energy will pile 1 be in their person when they come together? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 1. Spirit, thank you so much. 8 of Wands, Ace of Swords in reverse, 5 of Pentacles with the Holy Stocks. Okay, the Hierophant, 2 keys coming out again, and I was feeling a strong Taurus energy. Okay, Spirit, thank you for confirming. Keep going. We have the Spirit of Swords, which is the Queen of Swords. That's, again, the air energy I was feeling with the oracles. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I'm feeling very heavy Gemini. Well, air in general, I'm feeling, yeah, Libra, Aquarius as well. Okay, Action of Wands. That is the Knight of Wands. Look how beautiful these cards are. I'm going to constantly say that every time I use this deck because amazing, amazing, and it makes me feel so amazing. Okay. Message already coming through, but just let me sit here for a bit because I like to just make sure. Okay. Okay. This is a blend of energy. I'm getting this person and I'm getting your energy as well. Okay. I feel you already know who this person is what I feel here. Okay. And if you don't, when you meet this person and they're in this sort of state, I feel very bad for you because I feel as though this person has a lot of things they got to work on, as we see here. Okay, now this doesn't mean you have to heal this person. This doesn't mean anything at all with this person. What it means is that there's a lot of up and downs with this person here, and there's a lot of lessons we learn. And if you are already knowing who this is, then you've already been up and down in this roller coaster ride with this person. But something about this connection here with this light curve, I feel is destiny bringing you guys together, okay? And I feel like there's lessons both of you guys are learning here. And so I feel like there's anxiety on both sides. And I feel like both of you guys are handcuffed to needing to resolve certain aspects of yourself independent of each other before you can come together, which is the key to coming together. But I feel like this connection triggers a lot of anxiety between the both of you guys, okay? A lot of anxiety. And that's what connections do, you know. They get us to become the best version of ourselves. And sometimes when we meet people who trigger us, it causes a lot of anxiety because we're really pulling from parts of ourselves that we might not want to look at and we shove down. So this person is doing this. You might have had things that maybe come up or have come up from meeting this person. And if you haven't, then maybe there is a need to look at self. Because what I feel that Spirit is saying here is that once the work is done, I mean, the work's never done, but the bulk of what needs to be done in order for you guys to get together, because this is what the energy is like when you guys can actually come together, is one of honesty. Honesty with self, honesty with the past, honesty with what we want, and clarity, okay, with this Queen of Swords. This is from all of our experience, whether it be painful, joyous, whatever experience has been, we're able to be honest and clear and direct about what we want. We're not driven too heavily by emotions. We're not overly sort of charged here, but we're making very sound decisions and we're communicating what we want for ourselves. So we surrender to spirits at a certain point because I feel like the roller coaster keeps going until we just can't no more. And when we're at the point where we can't no more because it's so up and down here, you know, where we feel very stuck, pulling out our hair here, we have to find an answer to help free us, okay? And I feel like when we finally throw our hands up in the air here and we surrender to spirits, then we know that divine timing is in play. And I know we hate hearing divine timing, because what does that mean? Well, this means that there is free will for us to wander deserts for as long as it takes here in order for us to realize something here, okay? So, you know, the universe knows exactly what it's doing here, and divine timing is definitely going to differ from when you think you need to come together, because that's all about ego. So this connection is divinely guided, and it is all about divine timing, and it's all about you guys on your own sort of journey here of having to do whatever you need to do in order to become clear, honest with yourself. So if there's any sort of not wanting to see, any sort of in denial, any sort of mask wearing in some sort of way, it doesn't allow you guys to come together here because we're still needing to learn what that's about. So I feel like you guys come to a point where you're ready, okay, to experience abundance. Don't look back at previous roadblocks or difficulties. Leap into an exciting new world of possibilities. The Fool is all about leaping into, you know, possibilities here. Bring your ideas to life. Electric eel spirit. So both you and your person, because I feel like there's only so much of this we can take, right, before we surrender to spirit and allow ourselves to open our arms up and explore whatever that means outside of maybe even being with this person. Okay, what does abundance look to me as independent person here? Okay, and not constantly being stuck in the past for this person, because they're not so much stuck in past memory as it is they need to deal with something in the past here that is creating a roadblock from them moving forward that they're not wanting to look at. So they're like distracting or not being open about it. And I feel like the message for you is, you know, looking back, I feel like when things start to align here, we could certainly be looking at this connection at the roadblocks and the difficulties. And so maybe, rightfully so, maybe this person then needs to earn your trust because they haven't maybe been completely honest or provided a sense of clarity, or you feel like there's a roadblock, I feel, okay, at some point in time with this person. But how much of this do we hang on to before we're able to open our arms and say, you know what, Spirit, I'm going to trust here that there is a world of possibilities here that's I can lean into here despite what's gone on. So yes, we can either let the past hold us back, or we can allow ourselves to open our hands and our arms to experience abundance here. But we have to walk through that Okay, and both of you guys kind of have to make that. So I feel like when things start to flow, there's going to be a lot of communication. Energy flows with the Eight of Wands, you know, nothing's really getting in the way. This is quick moving energy. This is having a breakthrough. There's a lot of commitment here. There's a lot of understanding one's values. There's understanding with the keys here. I think what the lessons have been for each of you guys in order to stand in a truth of what you value, who you are, what you've learned, because this Hierophant's all about higher level learnings. And so when we learn about ourselves, you know, when we experience, the best way to learn about ourselves is to experience something, you know, and sometimes we don't want to experience pain and whatever, but that's the best way for us to actually learn something. You know, it can't just be spoken or read to. It has to be lived. And I feel like you guys are both going through an experience that stays with you, but it builds, you're now identifying with who you truly are, what you want to see in your life, how you want to live your life, what you want to commit to in your life. And so something that held you guys back is now understood. Okay, you know, free and understood. It's now flowing. It's now clear energy. It's no longer trapped or stuck or denied or ignored. But it really needs to be looked at. And this Ace of Swords, it's like getting very honest and clear. Okay. Ace of Swords in reverse for me sometimes is all about where we don't tell ourselves the truth. You know, we're not seeing very clearly. We're indecisive. We don't want to see. We're not honest. We're not very sure. So I feel like there's definitely a need to do all this before you guys can certainly come together. I don't know what orange feathers represent, but you might want to Google that if someone can Google and put that in the comments. I'd be curious to know the orange feather, but feathers are all about our ancestors and guidance. It could be us being on the right path and having reassurance from our ancestors and angel team that we are walking the right path. You know, and there could be a lot of ancestral type healing we're overcoming here, and which has been so difficult, which might feel like many lifetimes of traumas. It doesn't necessarily have to be just in this lifetime, okay? Now, tropical bird is beautiful. I mean, I'm getting sun energy from the tropical bird, you know. I'm getting like all the chakras just kind of in line. I feel like energy's flowing. Like there's no blocks when I feel the tropical bird here, because it's like all the chakra points are kind of flowing. Energy's flowing. But if it's Ace and Ace of Swords in reverse, it's like that needs to all get kind of sorted. So we need to be very clear. Spirit of Swords, this is the Queen of Swords. This is someone, like I said, who's used all of her wisdom in order to get very direct and clear. And if you have to lay boundaries in this connection, it is one that you need to learn and go through. How do you lay boundaries? How do you make decisions here that are wise, not acting out of whatever, like emotionally charged or out of trying to avoid, omit, suppress? So I feel like, you know, it comes to a point where I feel both of you guys just no longer want to be left out in the cold in the Five of Pentacles. And I feel like at some point in time, this connection will turn in a way that you feel left out in the cold. And so you got to do what you got to do, which may trigger, you know, this person to do what they got to do, and because they feel left out in the cold. Specifically, if you've laid a boundary, specifically if you've had to find your abundance outside of this connection, then this person is nothing to look at except for a ruin, really, you know, a loss. So this person will find their way out of that. Okay, and I feel with the Action of Wands, this is this energy, this Knight of Wands. Bring your ideas to life. This is finding the zest, finding that passion, that spark, because I feel like this person was definitely missing that. To move towards something that their heart calls out to, that they're passionate about. You know, no longer wandering a desert, although look, this is kind of a desert scene here as well, you know. I don't know, this looks like the Grand Canyon to me. And what I'm getting here is this shadow. Okay, so shadow is all about facing our subconscious stuff that's we don't want to see, that we've suppressed here in some way. And this is a trail, a rainbow trail through the desert. So now we're not aimless. We now see our way out. And the rainbow is giving me the tropical bird again. You know, the colors of the rainbow. This is well, the rainbows are all about diversity and the spectrum, and seeing, having different perspectives, understanding that multiple things could be true, you know, accepting multiple aspects of ourselves. But also, because of the chakras we're coming through here, I feel like if this person is blocked in any of their chakras, I feel like they're having to really sit with their shadow and integrate it into who they are, parts of themselves, you know, so that they can find their way out. And I feel like because of the Knight of Wands, this is inspiration, you know, quick moving energy. So I feel like this connection inspires this person to pull them out of some desert land, some void, some space, in order to come together here, because they don't want to be in the Five of Pentacles. And I feel like they see something here, but they're having to see this, okay? So I do feel like your energy could certainly be one of the leader, and it doesn't necessarily mean it, you know, someone's a leader, one's a follower, but I mean spiritually maybe leading this connection in some way, okay? Or being like the guiding light here, or leading by example, and needing to be the one to sort of surrender to things first and to let go, so that spirit can do what it needs to do, and trusting that the divine will allow things to flow when it needs to flow, okay? But I do see two keys, two people coming together here, and I do see it being quite a challenge. So this is what I see. Pile 1, interesting reading. It does feel very twin flamish. You could certainly be resonating with that. Does not necessarily have to be, okay? But this is what I see, and yeah, I love you guys very much. If you're drawn to another pile, I will see you there. Bye. Hello, pile 2. You picked the lapis lazuli pointed tower, absolutely beautiful and heavy. We're looking at your next significant relationship. Like, this could be your next spouse, your next, yeah, just major person here coming into your life, or maybe is already in your life. But when will you guys kind of come together, and how will it come to be? So keeping in theme with the Valentine's week, I wanted to do this reading. So I pre-shuffled these oracle cards. I've not looked at them. We're going to look at who this person is, okay, so that you know who they are. And then we'll look at the energy around when you guys kind of come together, okay? So it could be when you meet, or just when you guys come together and solidify something in this connection. So like I mentioned in the other pile, if this sounds like you, no, you're not falling in love with yourself. I mean, certainly could be mirroring happening, but if it's your energy, then it could be just your energy, you know, in one of the piles, and spirit might want you to see it from whatever aspect spirit's wanting you to know. You could certainly have your person in one and your energy in another. So just use your own intuition. And for pile 1, it was one aspect, okay, of this person. So I don't know what I'm going to see here, but it could certainly be that we're only seeing one sort of energy within this person. So I don't know if it's positive or negative or what it is, but it's for you to identify who they are, okay? So keep in mind, people have lots of energy. There could be multiple things at once, okay? Very multidimensional. So let's take a look at who this person is, all right? We have the heart, 31, or the number 4. Look at this beautiful energy. Wow, okay. We're getting soft energy here. And 31 reduces to 4. And 4 is all about home and self-care and emotions. Foundation, mother. I'm getting mother. I'm getting femininity from all this pink here. It's also children, women. I'm getting a nest here. Protective energy, mother energy. Okay, with the heart. We have oyster. Okay, so water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy coming through. Again, there's something like protection I'm feeling. Okay, despondence. I'm getting Empress energy just from this lady. Looks like she's about to give birth to the world here in some way. Although despondence we have here as an energy. Okay. And we have the drama queen, number 14 or the number 5. 5 could definitely be a challenging number because it is conflict. The drama queen. Okay, and the 5th house is all about love and romance. It's also about affairs. Fertility is coming through because that is in the 5th house here. It's also about yeah, self-expression and drama. Okay, creativity, play. Says the drama queen. Some people need a high level of attention to validate their sense of worth. Make sure that you are not that person staging needless plays. Wow, I just got a major head rush. Okay, porcupine. Porcupine energy. This is about our family, our lineage, or family lineage. Although I'm picking up again some sort of protective energy because the porcupine has all those needles, the quills that protect itself. Okay, we have judge, light attributes, balancing justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power. Shadow attributes, offering only destructive criticism, misusing business, legal, or criminal authority. Judge. I'm feeling heavy Libra, and I'm also feeling heavy Virgo energy from this judge. Okay, we have the captain, taking command and teamwork. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen this card. The captain, taking command and teamwork, shaking hands. And then we have 2 lanterns that certainly look like the lantern, no more than 2 lanterns, 6 lanterns. Certainly look like the lanterns in the Hermit card, which is coming through, and that is also Virgo energy here. Lanterns. The captain, taking command and teamwork. I'm getting the 2 again, Libra. Okay. And we have 46 with Peacock, Let It Shine, Peacock Spirit. 46 is the number 10, reduced. 10 is all about to give birth to something because we're putting something behind us, endings and beginnings with the number 10. Peacock could be ego, pride, which ties into this drama queen. And then we have Venus, which is all about physical beauty, but it is about love, relationships. Number 4 coming through, which we had here with 31, and 4, like I said, is the 4th house is all about family, self-care, emotions, mother, femininity again, but beauty's coming through with Venus. And Venus is the ruling planet for Taurus and Libra. And here we have, it looks like copper with patina. Okay. Which is coming through as something sort of through ego again. Okay. Now, just let me sit with this because lots of messages coming through. Peacock's tail, the eyes of the peacock are used in certain cultures for protection. Okay, like we have the peacock's eye, and it's the protection thing that comes through with these cards. Wow, okay. Just let me sit with this energy for a little bit. Okay. Okay, wow, I'm getting lots. Okay, where do I begin, Spirit? I was expecting to get so much energy. I feel a divine feminine energy in this pile, okay? Doesn't have to be born female. It's just the energy this person carries about them. Okay. Although they could be in a masculine energy when you meet this person. But I'm feeling the feminine energy coming through. So this person, I feel as though through experience, and it could just be from their long lineage here of how they were raised, their culture, how they were raised, their environment, their family, and whatever it is, created a person here who I feel with this drama queen, this judge, this peacock, somebody who had to prove some sort of self-worth. Okay, and so I feel like this person was living a life of something that they were in sort of this judge energy, because it's like making preconceived sort of ideas based on their on their experience. You can make a preconceived idea, but it's coming from an aspect of things that were kind of conditioned for them to believe because of how they grew up. So they experienced one thing, so therefore they could pass a judgment on who they had to be, what sort of people they could pass judgment on people, without maybe even getting to know people, just based on whatever they experienced here. Okay, so I feel like this person was or is in an energy when you meet them, or was in an energy, or you know them to be at one point in time here, somebody who might have not have been very happy with themselves. I feel like they were an energy here that in order for them to come into who they're supposed to be and to create something beautiful, they're needing to and having to go through identifying big parts of their ego. So I feel like this person could certainly be somebody who is very shut out, and it could very well be, this is interesting because when I say shut out, and here I see someone who is extroverted, because when it comes to certain aspects of themselves that I think they're really needing to allow to be vulnerable and open, this feminine side here that's needing to be nurtured. I think this person might have been very closed off and very protective of that side of themselves, and so they came off or put a show here, their show of who they think they need to be or how they need to be into the world, and I do feel this person is absolutely beautiful, okay, like looks wise. So maybe this person, experience a life of somebody who is very gifted in the beauty realm. Like I feel so this person is probably very well dressed, a little posh, a little maybe hoity-toity. I just feel like this person's energy like is very beautiful, okay, a very attractive person here I'm feeling. But I feel like this person, besides being physically attractive here, because this is more like the physical beauty I'm really picking up here, okay, there's a part of this person's ego. And when I say ego, I'm not saying that this person, is this egotistical, cocky person. I feel like ego, when we identify ego, it could be so many things, from lack of self-confidence and inability to be our authentic self, for fear of being judged. So we develop complexes, or we start to understand certain things about us, or make identities for us that aren't who we truly are. And so I feel like a part of themselves was starting to get ugly. That's the only word I'm using, although no one's ugly, but a part of themselves that maybe didn't like or who they were becoming. Someone may be judgmental, or somebody maybe who, was more living in a superficial type lifestyle here, and they wanted to connect to their heart space, and you can't really connect to heart space if you're in superficial energy. So maybe their environment was one that, they had to upkeep some sort of persona. but their soft side here, wanting to be nurtured, wanting to be expressed, wanting to be loved. And so I feel like this person is very closed in that space, or in allowing other people in, or has been. And so I feel like when you guys meet, or having met you, I feel like there's something about their closed space that gets triggered in some way, that they're able to connect to or identify a part of themselves that they can now see in a way that they weren't going down a road of who they wanted to be, because they weren't happy in that energy. That a lot of it could have been very superficial, and it wasn't bringing in the true happiness this person wanted to feel or connect to on a deep heart level here, specifically when it comes for them to be able to create in this world, for them to become full in this world of who they're supposed to be. Because I do feel like this person thought that they might have been, one thing. So this person could have certainly, this person could have gone through, or might go through, if you haven't met them yet, sorry, I'm having a hard time communicating, dark night of the soul. And this loud and proud energy, this persona, this person who's extroverted and who's out there and who's loved and who's seen and who's beautiful and who's all these things, but inside there's pain, there's not connecting. I feel a coldness here, an inability to connect. So they're really having to look inside their soul, the introspection here with all the lantern here. And with this taking command and teamwork, I feel like this person might have been one that, felt just kind of alone, or like they had to upkeep something alone. And I feel like this person might have not have realized that they were so alone in this energy, that this is why they felt despondent, that having to upkeep this or this lifestyle or being this sort of an energy was really them protecting something of themselves and shutting people out. And so I think what this person identifies here is connection, and that they don't have to upkeep something here with the taking command and teamwork, that they're allowed to be themselves, their genuine selves here. Not, they don't have to impress, they don't have to be who they're not, they don't have to show off, or keep up, or they're not measured or judged here by who they think they are being judged by. I feel it's their own judgment is what I feel here, okay? Like they're judging themselves. They're judging who they are as a person based on a very superficial maybe type thing, like I don't necessarily think it's so much as how they appear as it is appearances of who they are. Like, I am a doctor, I am this person, like that's what I mean by superficial. It's not like, okay, what shoes am I going to wear, or what purse am I wearing, even though I do feel like this person is quite lap of luxury, so they might have a lot of shoes and purses. Okay, I don't know why that's coming through, but it is. And so their heart was radiating, like needing connection, needing to be seen, like genuine depthness here. And so I think there could have been a triggering, like I said, a dark night of the soul, because the heart, it was so shut out, because I feel like I was feeling a very blocked, like protected energy of keeping so much out here. And so with the green ray, I feel the heart chakra needing to be expressed with the blue here, to be communicated, to be loved and seen and nurtured here without judgment. And so I feel like this person could have very well have had an ego death, like shed a lot of their ego upon meeting you, or when you meet this person. So they could be a little closed off. Although I'm really picking up here, I don't think I think you'd see this person as extroverted and very open. But if you really know this person, I think in order to get to their heart space, the genuine feels of this person, I feel is very guarded or was very guarded, and maybe you were able to tap into this, okay, to actually connect to a part of them that I feel is very shut and very removed from their everyday idea of who they thought they needed to be. All right, so let's take a look at the energy in which you or this person, just the energy of the connection, will be in when you guys come together. Like, whether this is when you guys meet or just when you guys can actually come together in this future relationship. Okay, so we'll see what comes through, but I'll ask Spirit for, when does pile 2 and their person come together? When will they come together as a couple? Pile 2 and their person, this person I just read. What will the energy be like when these two finally get together? Spirit, clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 2. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message. And thank you so much, pile 2, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I am truly blessed. Thank you so, so much. All right. What is the energy like for pile 2 and their person when they come together? I got 2 cards. We have surrender to what is. Flow with what is instead of fighting it. When you can't change a situation, compassionately accepting it exactly as it is will bring you peace. Surrender the habit of people pleasing. Oh my goodness, that peacock one there, the drama queen and that whole thing. Speak your needs. Yes, again, the blue and the green. Speak your needs and be true to yourself. Focus on your own happiness instead of always trying to make everyone else happy. Oh my goodness. Okay, very strong energy here. Let's keep pulling. So, Spirit, clear and concise message for pile 2. What's the energy like when these two, pile 2 and their person, come together? What will the energy be like? We have union. Oh my goodness. Well, energy's like union. Thank you, Spirit. 44. Number 8. 44 could be significant number. 8 is auspicious number because 8's, well, I get the, right now I'm getting the infinity sign. It's like together forever with the infinity. Okay, so it could certainly be that there's a soul connection here that spans back many, 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 many lifetimes. Here is very connected, has always been connected, is kind of what I'm hearing. And the fact that we see this porcupine, because this is all about past ancestors. So I just feel there's this deep soul connection here. The energy of union activates our ability to unite our outer and our inner aspects towards a state of wholeness. Okay, let's pull one of these. Spirit for pile 2. What is the energy like when pile 2 and their person connect and come together? We have abundance. Look at that. Overflowing cups. Overflowing cups. Okay. And we have 7 cups there. 7 of cups could be fantasy. Okay. 7 of cups is also needing to get clear. This could be illusion. So let's pull one of these. What is the energy like for pile 2 and their person when they finally come together, come into union? We have fusion, spirits. Fusion, union, my God. And look, I was feeling that, you know? Oh my goodness. I don't know, honestly, you guys, like, I'm not tooting my own horn here, but I really feel like lately, I don't know what the energy is like, but I'm like sensing it before I'm even sort of putting it down here. And it's like getting stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger, this sort of energy. Okay, I'm just going to leave that like that. I'm going to pull some of these and then we'll ask spirits. Spirits, please keep me humble here. We're looking at pile 2. When they come together, what is the energy like? Pile 2 and their person. What is the energy going to be like here? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 2. Thank you so much. It's like I just get chills, you know, when spirits is just really loud in my head and showing me this stuff. And I know it's not me, but it's just like, wow. Okay, so we have temperance. Oh, I was feeling temperance and I didn't say it. No, sorry guys. I know I'm all over the place from this. because the number 14 here, okay, is the Temperance card, which was coming through because, well, Temperance is all about healing, balance, but it is the Alchemy card, okay, and was feeling copper here, and I said there was some patina or some erosion here. It's like the alchemy, your person's coming through again here, that is really needing in order to show up as the best version of themselves, in order to heal themselves so that they can work in a world here of making something of self. Okay, so we have Temperance in reverse. That is Sagittarius energy. We have 5 of Cups. Okay, Spirit, clear and concise message. Look how beautiful these cards are. I'm going to constantly just keep talking about how beautiful they are. For pile number 2, what is the energy like when pile 2 and their person come together? If that wants to come out, it will. Pile 2 and their person, Spirit. Thank you so much. We have the Spirit of Swords. Interesting, that came out for pile 1. And that is the Queen of Swords. And we have the Action of Pentacles, which is the Knight of Pentacles. Look at all the wheat. Okay, so we have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Sagittarius energy. I'm feeling heavy earth energy, and that's that Virgo energy I was picking up with the Hermit. Spirit, clear and concise message, please. We have the Justice, so Libra energy. Was I not saying Libra too? Sorry, yeah, and I'm getting the 2. Yeah, I was getting Virgo and Libra from the Judge. Okay, well, there we have more confirmation. Thank you, Spirits. Justice. And finally, why is this Spirit of Swords here with the Blue Jay? Blue Jay. I just heard, oh my goodness, oh, my cards are dropping. I just heard, I gotta pick those cards up. Toronto Blue Jays. That's what I just heard, which is a baseball team. These fell tits up, so I'm going to put them here. 7 of Wands and Action of Cups, which is the Knight of Cups. Okay, and these fell too, so we'll take a looky-loo in a little bit and see what we see. Okay, sorry, I know I'm a little bit spazzed right now, so let me just calm down a little bit and tap into this energy. Okay. Look at this third eye overflowing with liquid here, all in the cups. Okay. Fusion. Action of Pentacles. Oh, I don't know if I read. This is the 8 of Cups in reverse. And then, like I said, 7 of Wands and the Knight of Cups. Okay. So I am getting your person's energy more than I am your energy. Okay, with one I got kind of blended. And you guys could be mirroring, so just kind of take whatever you need to from this. But I feel like when you and this person kind of come together, that this person is having to learn a lesson here of standing up for themselves, okay, with this Queen of Swords. And I feel like they have to make a very tough decision here to completely cut themselves out of anything in their life, lifestyle, people, whatever it is that isn't emotionally satisfying to this person. And I feel it is very difficult because I feel like this person's lived a life of people pleasing, you know, of trying to make everyone else happy in a way here, and maybe at their own expense. And so I feel like things have been very lopsided for this person. They might have lost completely who they are, and their heart was starved for what they need to give to themselves in order to feel love, be loved, you know, feel like this. Like, look at these cups just overflowing with emotions and love. And so I feel like when you connect with this person with this abundance, they're going to be overflowing with love. I think you're going to feel this from this person, just like complete overflowing of love. And I feel this person is quite intuitive here. And I feel like the emotions this person feels opens up their third eye. So I do feel like this person most likely will go through, like I said, a dark night of the soul / also spiritual awakening here. They might come in tune with their psychic abilities, with their intuition here, specifically because of a result of this connection. And so I feel like there is something about this connection that takes this person back, you know, and I feel like it allows there to be a lot of healing for this person to go through, because I do feel like they're needing to heal. And I'm getting ancestor strong again, and we had the yellow feather in pile 1. There could certainly be 1 and 2 are connected flip people here, okay? And like I mentioned, in 1 feather is saying we're on the right path, a sign from our ancestors here. And I'm getting blue jay, you know, and they have the blue and the white, so the feather could be that of a blue jay. You might want to look up what the blue jay is spiritually here. But I feel like this person, because the temperance in reverse, has to be on the right path for themselves when they do the healing, because I feel like temperance in reverse is like they need to become the version of themselves, the intuitive, loving, giving, open-hearted person who's not people-pleasing, you know. And I feel it's a very slow-going journey here for this person, but it is something of substance for them. It's no longer something that's superficial. So they have to surrender to who they are and what is, without trying to be someone they're not, or live in a world of something they tell themselves that they have to be or should be or need to keep up with, or, you know, whatever stories they were told when they were conditioned here, and that they need to validate themselves to prove a self-worth. It's like, no, there's no need to prove a self-worth. It is what it is. You are who you are. Embrace every part of you, the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything else. There's no need to change who you are in order to please, in order for you to be accepted. So I feel like this person understands a big fat lesson here in acceptance, coming together, and that the coming together isn't something that's forced, and the coming together isn't something that validates who they are, whether they're worthy or not worthy. I think this person comes into an understanding and a lesson here of surrendering to be who they're not, trying to force what could be, should be, and allow themselves just to be in order for there to be a coming together. And since this is your reading, to come together with you. But I feel like this person is not so focused on it potentially being you. I feel like this person is understanding that in order to come together, to make something work, to come into union with what's supposed to be, you know, that 2 souls can connect into oneness here with this fusion, okay, but still have autonomy, still be independent, still understand self-worth, and to know when we're autonomous from another, you know, that we don't have to people please here. So I feel like this person will be in an energy here of full love, full abundance, has triggered some sort of intuitive part of themselves. I feel like this person goes through quite the journey here with this 5 of Cups, you know, because this is sadness. This is feeling like we look back on situation and we're saddened by what didn't work. So I feel like there's a lot of sadness happening in order for this person to pull themselves out of whatever state that was despondent, in order for them to find balance and justice for themselves, to do the right thing for themselves. And it's interesting, we had judge and justice here. So could very well be that this person might be in a marriage, or is left a marriage, okay, is coming through for some of you guys. And we had Hierophant in pile 1, which is also about marriage. So it could very well be that, you know, I don't know, one or both of you guys might be leaving a marriage with this 5 of Cups and this justice, okay? So when you guys meet or come together, I feel like, yeah, someone here might be having to part ways with a marriage, you know, or an almost married relationship. And if they're not, then it is finding the balance in connection that they have not yet been able to do in the past, by the wisdom they now have or experience they have that is outside of just what was conditioned, okay? Because I feel like they can now see something that maybe wasn't always visible to them. So I feel like this person is very intellectual, with this Queen of Swords. But I feel like this person does become very clear in their direction of who they are and what they want. And they start putting boundaries. So I feel like they cut out anything that doesn't bring balance. They cut out any connection, anything in their environment that doesn't bring emotional fulfillment. So I do feel like this person gets quite standing, on their sort of position of wanting to go after what they want with the Seven of Wands. Stopping at nothing to fight for what they believe in, despite what might be in front of them, which we see here as sharks. So I feel like this person becomes fearless. And I feel like this person might have to navigate through all of these emotions. So I get imbalance with the Temperance in reverse. And so I feel like this person gets overloaded with emotions here in this connection, or just overloaded because this heart that's been closed for who knows how long, because all that protection. I feel like the floodgates open here, and then this person might not know what to make of all these emotions. So I feel a drowning energy and having to navigate through, fight through an overwhelming feeling of emotions in order to become a little more discerning, a little more logical, a little more leaning in the wisdom. And so there is a balance, and still be able to open up the heart space, because it's all about the heart space here, because the Page of Cups is how we show love, not being closed off. I feel like this person was incapable of truly being authentically open and seeing and opening the vulnerable side of their heart. And so although they were extroverted, and although when you meet them, I feel like, I don't know, like they're giving all this sort of emotion, I feel like there's a part of their heart that's been very closed, that they might have felt like they couldn't allow to be exposed or to come free. And so when this person knows how to find the balance here and allow themselves to be vulnerable and express this part of themselves, to connect there, then I feel like you guys come together, and I feel like you're able to show up in an energy here to give love to this person. Look at all these beautiful pink roses. I think they're roses, but roses grow on trees. I didn't know that. I thought it was rose bushes. Looks like a rose tree. Anyway, all these beautiful petals, and it's so funny. Spirit's funny, because in the pile 1, which I'm feeling connected to again, it was like the canyon, the desert, and then we saw like the rainbow path, and I'm feeling like there's the pathway to get to enlightenment in this connection, the union in this connection. It's like the pathway here, the answer here is to connect with our heart space and how we show love and be able to give love in a way that is balanced, not closed off, and it's not superficial, and it's in the house of knowing what emotionally fulfills us and what does not, what we can give to and what we don't have to, right? By laying boundaries, being very clear where we want to give our love, that speaks to our hearts. It's not superficial at all. Okay, and fight through any fears. So you might have to fight through fears here. You might feel, because like I said, it could be mirroring, you could be completely overwhelmed here with emotions and not make heads or tails of it, because 7 of Cups here is needing to get clear, needing to choose a path, be clear, be certain. But we're so overwhelmed, and we might fear navigating through this, so it might take you some time, and you might have to walk away from some things that you are having a very hard time doing. Same with this person, very hard time cutting all cords to things that no longer serve. And it could very well be because this person might be in a connection, like I said, maybe needing to cut a tie to, a past relationship or partner. So you might fear kind of yeah, swimming through this. But I feel like you guys come together when both of you guys are able to show up for each other here from a very honest, heart-filled place into this beautiful light energy. Okay, so I don't know why these came out. Let's see. Spirit obviously wanted one more message. I do feel finished though. Two of Swords, Seven of Cups coming out again. Okay, because I was getting Seven of Cups from this. Eight of Wands, that came out for pile 1. And we have the Six of Swords in reverse. And then we have the Hermit in reverse. Hermit is Virgo energy. What's Spirit showing? So, in the center, Eight of Wands. This is, like I said, a flow of energy that is moving very quickly. You know, no obstacles. It's full steam ahead. Communication, allowing things to flow. And so I feel like the beginning, what Spirit is showing here in this connection, is kind of a little bit of an uncertainty. So this might be your message, okay? There's a little bit of uncertainty here with the Two of Swords, and a need to decide, because both of these cards together are showing not being very clear, a need to decide, sitting indecisive, you know, and we could be seeing things we fear, we could be needing to do healing, we could be just not sure. Like I said, this is also the fantasy card, so we might see this connection as sort of a fantasy thing, but we sit here, more feathers, black ones now. So we saw yellow in the pile 1, and we're seeing white and black here. So I need to get clear, okay? And that's what this Queen of Swords is. This is getting very clear and certain. And in pile 1, again, there needed certainty. So it starts off very uncertain. In order to get things to move, I feel like tough decisions have to be made. We have to leave behind the past. This advice, I guess, I don't know, this last message Spirit wanted me to tell you, I feel like is sitting in pile 1. So maybe you didn't go there, or you're not looking at one. So it's kind of a repeat here, because whoever's watching this needs to hear this. I feel like in order to get certain, in order to move on and be clear, there needs to be letting go of past things that keep us stuck. Things we don't want to see, past pains, past traumas, past Fives of Swords, self-sabotage, whatever it is, we're needing to get clear and certain in order for things to flow. Before you can make something happen here, you got to get yourself out of that state, okay? And what that's going to take is a lot of introspection with the Hermit. And if we don't do the introspection, we don't do the inner work, we don't look at what we need to do, and I'm seeing green light, so I'm seeing green ray, which is heart chakra. If we don't do the work we need to do, we're not healing our heart space, we don't understand ourselves well, we stay stuck, and then we stay in the cloudy, unable to decide. Okay, so there is a need, and I feel this is a message for you, okay, if this is your person, that you are, yes, look at this, how energy's so tied. See these lanterns? Okay, they were coming through very strong here because I was feeling connection. You connect with this person, okay? And so I feel like both of you guys need to do the Hermit, which is really go within, allow yourselves to be honest and see parts of yourself in order for you to heal your heart space. But look at the steps with ascension. It's like once we do this work, we ascend, we become better versions of ourselves, then we could come together. But until then, we're held back in the Six of Swords in reverse. We're still dealing with past things. We can't move forward. We're indecisive. We're cloudy. We don't make things clear. Okay, so when you guys come together, when things flow, boundaries, certainty, clarity, balance, not overwhelming emotions, and facing fears, and following a path that is directed, not so aimless, okay? So this is what I see, pile 3. This is a beautiful reading. I hope this resonated. You know, if this sounded like your energy predominantly, your person could be sitting in pile 1. And if this sounded like your person, you could certainly be resonating as pile 1 being your energy, which might be a good listen to. All right, I will see you soon. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile 3. You picked the clear quartz chunk. Beautiful. I love clear quartz. Always makes me feel very pure. Okay, so what we're doing, or purified, I guess I should say, taking away all the toxins. So In the whole spirit of Valentine's week, I'm doing a what is your future spouse, soulmate person, next significant relationship person going to be? Who are they? So this is who they are. Okay. And then we're going to look at the energy when you guys come together. So it could be when you meet them or just when you guys come together as a couple. I'll see what comes through. But what I do want to communicate is, one, this could certainly be your energy. If this sounds like you, no, this is not your soulmate. It's your energy. So your person could be in another pile. And you could be mirroring. So it could sound like you, but it could also be the person you're meeting. So just kind of keep an open mind as to who this could be. If you haven't met them yet, then, I mean, it could be difficult to tell. So I do want you to use your own intuition. Okay. And it could just be that one pile here is for you and it's your own energy and there's no other pile. I mean, then Spirit just wants you to listen to maybe a different aspect. Or your person, like I said, could certainly be in another pile. I also want to make mention in the other readings, this is just one little part aspect of this person that I might be picking up. Doesn't mean who this person is completely, okay, because we're multifaceted. So if I'm picking apart this person from one aspect, it doesn't make them who they completely are. So there might be different aspects of this person that I'm not seeing, but it's going to be something to communicate to you who this person is, so you know them. And then we will look at when you guys come together. Okay, so now with all that spiel out of the way, let's look at who is this person that your next significant relationship will be with. We have Kairos, and this is the number 76. 76, or the number 13. So I should hold it this way. Okay, 13 is the death card in the tarot, all about transformation, Scorpio energy. Kairos is right time, right place. Knowing when to act here and when to be very receptive to when we need to act. I'm getting lizard energy from this. Don't ask me why. And lizard, I mean, lizard came up in pile 1. That's interesting. Could be somebody trying to adapt to their environment. Okay, so let's keep going. Victim. All right, Spirit, just, what's with these piles? Okay, victim. So we have the acorn and the oak leaves. To me, it's always when I pull the acorns and the oak leaves, it's about a length of time that could take a very long time, from going from an acorn seed all the way to a sturdy tree to have the oak leaves, an oak tree. We see the dragon and the squirrel here. I'm feeling trickery here. Okay, victim, and the green represents the heart chakra. We have this, the peacemaker, 22. Lotus flowers, beautiful card, the peacemaker. It's time to make peace. You will get much further on your path through kind acts and words than you will by forcing things or vengeance. Okay, I'm feeling heavy Libra. And number 4 is about stability. Okay. The 4th house is all about home and roots, family, emotions, foundations. I'm feeling the feminine energy here. Okay. Peacemaker. I'm gonna keep that like this. And then we have the alligator from this Pluto shadow card. Alligator. Acts of kindness. Okay, I'm feeling a defensive energy kind of coming out here. Yeah, bully. Okay. Light attributes highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. Shadow attribute conceals deep fears behind verbal or physical abuse. I do want to say, every time I pull this card, and I don't know, I just want to make it clear that if you are in a situation where anyone is abusive to you, emotionally, mentally, physically, on purpose, causing you pain, then that is not your person, your relationship, or anything like that, okay? So, just so we're clear with that whole bully thing. Sometimes we're hurt, and other people can have very, very good intentions for us, okay? But sometimes we're hurt. Okay, and we sometimes need to know, why are we hurting? Is it somewhere within ourselves, or is it because someone is hurting us on purpose or hurting us to cause us pain? Okay, so just, I don't think my viewers here needs to have that sort of explained to them, but if I do get some random here, I just wanted to make that very clear. Okay, so we have the diviner with divine timing and evaluation. A little seedling. We had the seed in pile 1 as well, so I'm feeling some tie. Okay, I'm getting air energy coming in, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and I'm also picking up Earth as well, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. Okay, that does not mean that that's your person's sign so much as it is the energy this person might be encompassing in this reading, okay? So we have the horse spirit, freedom is yours with 33. Reduces to 6. The 6th house is all about health, fitness, nature, pets, our work habits. It's all about the service we give. 6 is a balanced number. It's about a give and take, equal reciprocity. It is also the Lovers in the tarot, which is about choice and choosing what we value. I'm seeing kind of peacock looking feathers here. Peacock came out for pile 2. That's interesting. Horse is all about freedom and also power, okay? Because we measure things in horsepower, so it's being empowered, I feel here. Freedom is yours. We have the resin, and this is 38. Okay, resin with 38, or the number 11. 11 is an ascended master's number, and the 11th house is all about our friends, social awareness, humanitarianism, technology, our hopes, our wishes, the future. And then we have resin, which is kind of a stuck in the past energy, or a memory or something kind of frozen in time with resin, as something was. Okay, and then we have crocodile. Oh my goodness, you guys, I do not even see these. I just shuffle them, and the spirit's just really, really synchronistic today in so many of my readings here. Crocodile, alligator. Okay, I don't see much a big difference between the two, but I'm sure if you live in with Crocodile Dundee, you probably know the big difference. Well, I know crocodiles are much bigger. Alligators are a little smaller. Ooh, okay, so spirit's just channeling through me. I feel like I just heard mountains out of molehills, something that might have been small irritant to a bigger irritant, building up, build up, build up, build up, build up. Okay, let me sit with this energy, okay, who this person is before we get into the tarot and seeing how you guys come together. Okay, give me a bit. Evaluation. Okay, this is interesting. This person, I sense you're probably, if you know them already, very frustrated with this person. Okay, and if you don't, you might be very frustrated when you meet this person. Because I feel like this person is really hurting on the inside. And so what could be built of themselves of substance and doing what it takes to become a very good version of themselves. I feel like this person is insisting to their own detriment to hang on to an experience of a past that doesn't allow them to move forward and grow. So it makes this person act out. And I feel like this thing is going to build and build and build until this person acknowledges and addresses. So this person certainly might be one that is showing up like someone who is hyper independent, you know, not wanting anyone to stop them. Like, and I mean, no one should stop you, but I mean, stop them in a way that gets that even might have good intentions, like caring friends or family that wants to give advice to this person. This person's like very stuck in freedom, independence, as we all should be. And our freedom and independence is definitely something no one should take away from us. But hyper independence to the point where they're causing harm to themselves. So it's like they're pushing away anything that would allow them to even look at parts of themselves that they're really needing to acknowledge. And so I feel like they're seeing what has happened as it happened to them, like it just happened yesterday. So this could be somebody who you've already experienced the past with too. Okay, so if you and them got into something, they're remembering this and they're harboring on it, and this monster is getting bigger and bigger and bigger because they remember every word, they remember blah blah blah. Okay, if that's you and them, and if it's not you and them in the past relationship or whatever you had here with this person, because they're completely new, it's like this person is reliving. I don't know necessarily know if reliving, but there's something that happened in the past that they can see it very clearly, like it was yesterday, that doesn't allow them to be set free. And so it makes this person hurt, and it makes this person lash out in ways, okay? I don't necessarily think this person is just being mean to you because they want to bully you in any sort of way. I just feel like this person is hurt. And they're angry. And they're very angry about what has happened to them, and if this is your energy, I do want to apologize to you. Nobody deserves to be hurt. No one deserves to be hurt. So they're having to overcome something very big that hurt them. And I feel as though when we grieve pain, whatever pain is, we go through stages. And if we can't get past a certain stage, we stay stuck there. And so if we're angry, then we stay in anger. And so I feel like this person is needing to understand how to move past anger, how to move past the energy they're sitting in, because I think it builds and builds and builds till this person has to acknowledge there has to be a better way. And instead of blowing up potentially and doing the opposite, they might have to learn how to be kind and how to be vulnerable and open here, so to free themselves, because I do feel like this person wants to free themselves from pain and suffering that they experienced. And this evaluation, it's like they really, really need to come from a sort of a more neutral perspective and saying, whoever has hurt me or whatever has happened here might have been a situation where other people or situation didn't know better, or it happened in that way, but it's in the past, and right now the present is what matters. So I don't think they see in front of them. And maybe this connection specifically is something that they were needing to acknowledge or act on. And this person might be still in frozen. And they're still in frozen because of some experience that they had. So I don't feel like this person is taking cues. This person isn't understanding what they need to do. I feel this person could be quite cold and shutting you out. I feel like you might see a lot of potential and this person isn't quite there at all, This is tough, and if I'm telling you this is your future spouse person, it's like, I don't know, maybe you already know this person here, but that's what's energy's coming through, and I just read what's here, and I'm hoping we're not in any sort of trauma bond, and I'm not feeling your energy here at all whatsoever, but I'm just saying, like, maybe you just feel very connected to this person because you're an empath. You sense the pain. So I feel like this person is defensive, and I feel like you never know when this person might just kind of snap, and I mean snap in saying something cold might just hurt you in a way that you're unexpected, because they're defending themselves in some way that they think they're protecting, guarding. They're always kind of have their defenses up here. And if you get close, I feel this person kind of is slippery, you know, runs wild or doesn't want to be tamed in some way. It's like, I think this person feeds from the pain they've experienced in some way to keep them wild. And so I do feel some trickery coming through here, and I feel your energy now coming through as someone kind, genuine, wanting to have something of substance that would grow, offering something very solid. And this person is not seeing you for who you are and what you're giving here, because if this person's only experienced people being non-genuine or authentic or caring or giving, then they don't trust you so much here and your intention. Why are you being loving? Why are you being giving? Why are you doing this? And it triggers them. You're trying to control me. You're trying to tame me. You're trying to do something here. And I feel this person is stuck with the pain. You know, and maybe you see the pure person underneath that before all this sort of happened. And so this person's really needing to, I won't be surprised we see, you know, maybe 6 of Cups in reverse coming through, because something of the past here that's really has them seeing it as the obstacle or the reason they need to be defensive, the reason they are the way they are. They could be quite controlling, you know, but don't want to be controlled themselves. So could certainly be a very much do as I say, not as I do type energy. And I feel a very intense energy from this person. Like, it's almost like you know what they're thinking, because they could just kind of give you a look here. Something very powerful is coming through with their eyes. So I don't know, they have a very beautiful eye color, or something about their stare. Is very intense. I don't feel it is gentle. Divine timing. So I am getting from here too, you know, that things are happening in a way here that's certainly having to get this person to start addressing exactly what is happening between you and them in order for them to acknowledge. So divine timing is in play. Things are happening as it should, you know. I know we hate hearing that, but the Kairos is also about timing, perfect place or time to act. Let me read this, because I do feel, not this book, but this book, like there might be something further here, because I don't know. This doesn't sound like anyone that you might even want to be interested in, is what I'm thinking here. But maybe you know who this person is, you know, already, and maybe they're on their healing journey, and this is a part of them that you know very well. Sorry, I'm not even looking at the numbers. Okay, what do we have? We have 76. So I'm going to find 76. 76. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I just completely lost my train of thought here. It's like this person does not want us to even... Oh my goodness, is it the last card? No. Very freaking close though. Okay, I think you're needing to hear this. Let's see. Mythic time and synchronicity. Wow, yes, remember it was divine timing. I was saying synchronistic. Okay, we have all had the experience of timelessness. Oh my gosh, timelessness. Why can I, all of a sudden, am I completely upside down? Wow, Linda, get it together. Okay, mythic time synchronicity. We have all had the experience of timelessness, of life beyond the ticking of the clock. It may be felt as time standing still, slow motion, or losing track of time. Oh my God, that's just what happened to me. You guys are with me on this, right? Okay, losing track of time on a walk or in a lovely conversation. This is known as mythic time, and it is a territory of Kairos. This card suggests there is a secondary time continuum that goes beyond any earthly clocks and schedules. Within this non-linear realm, we access divine timing. A single moment ripens with auspiciousness, and our actions change the trajectory of our whole life. That gave me goosebumps. Time becomes a living thing that watches over us and tells us precisely when to speak or act. When this card appears, it is all about patience and precision. No clock can guide you. Wait for the rush of inner knowing and not a moment longer. When in light, alignment, ease, indecisions, and action. When dark, fighting against time. Wowzers. Wowzers, wowzers, wowzers. Okay. What I was saying was I felt as though there was something to do with them missing what was in front of them. And so I feel as though Spirit is really showing divine timing, divine guidance in play. That although I feel like you might feel this person, isn't seeing or is missed out, there is this energy of you and this person coming together as it's meant to be. And you don't see this now, okay? And neither would I, because with all this, who would want to even engage? But with that life turning around, this could be somebody who's been in this energy for quite some time and completely changes their life around. And what I did hear through, some Gnostic teaching, it was about when we shed our egos, because we have multiple egos, different parts of us, okay? When we do ego work or shadow work, sometimes there is the most significant part of the ego, the hardest part for us to kind of work with, okay? And when we're able to do that, we become polar opposite in strength. So if we are the bully, let's just say, okay, that's the ego in us, the part that needs to control, that's the bully. When we identify this shadow, we then become the most compassionate, kind, gentle person, okay? So, and if this person is very defensive, guarded, angry, then they become the most open, gentle, honest, and vulnerable person. So it kind of tips the scales in the opposite way. And so what I was feeling from this is this person's ability to make peace with something here that completely shifts them. And from that moment on, it's like a light bulb that this person then knows exactly what is of value, what's long-term, what's going to be standing here, and what doesn't serve them, what's trickery, what's actual freedom, and what is limiting and restriction. What is abundance and birthing and nurturing, and what is confining and constricting and controlling. You can't control things to grow. No matter what you yell at it or force it or control it, something that grows like a seedling. It's all about trusting in nature, divine, allowing it to be. Wow, this is a very intense energy, and I don't want to put hopes in your mind if you're dealing with someone like this is completely upside down, that you need to do anything here. I'd say run for the hills, okay? Because no one needs to be, definitely have some compassion for someone like this, but you don't need to be in a connection with someone who is this unhealed. But this person is very, 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 very unhealed. And so if you resonate, this person, then this is the person that's coming through, I think, with that 180, with that light bulb moment, acting at the very precise time, going from the cold, controlling, defensive person who's experienced some pain, who is very fixed and stuck in their way, who needed independence, freedom from everything, including themselves, so much so that they were just this wild energy, to someone who needs stability, who sees value, who is reborn again here, who allows, to be nurtured and nature to allow them the growth in a very different way. than how they were trying to go about it. Okay, Spirit, that was very powerful. So what are we going to see? I think this is going to help us, because what we're going to see now, well, I hope, I never know what Spirit tries to show me here, but what we intend to see is the energy of you and this person, the connection, when you guys come together. Okay, so this could be when you meet this person or when you guys, you know, make it work. So, I mean, when you meet this person, I don't know, that you might already know them to be this. So you might just see here when you guys come together. Okay, or this could just be a story they tell you, like, once upon a time, this was me, you know, and you might not believe it. But that is the person who we're talking about. So, Spirits, pile 3. Can we look at the energy between pile 3 and this person I just read, their person? And what is the energy when they come together? What is the energy when they finally come together for pile 3 and their person, Spirit? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message. Too many in this, but I do feel one more wanting to come out. Thank you so much, pile 3, for allowing me to tap into your energy and the energy around you at this time. I'm truly blessed. Thank you so much. Okay, so we have 7th chakra, crown chakra. The energy of crown chakra supports our feeling of being connected to a higher power and a part of a larger whole. Oh my goodness, that's so powerful. That's being connected to Spirit. This is Christ consciousness, oneness, being completely open. Connect. Oh my goodness. Okay, connect. Look at those two connected at the heart. And then we have love. Oh my goodness, you guys, I'm going to cry. I am going to cry. Wow. Energy and feeling here is so overwhelming. Very powerful. Wow. Okay, Spirits, clear and concise message here for pile 3. And connecting with their person, what will the energy be like for pile 3 and their person when they connect? When they come together finally, what is this energy going to be like? Thank you so much, Spirits. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel through this energy. It's been very difficult. Surrender procrastination. Now is a time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off. Taking action will attract success. It's like that light bulb moment. The moment they decide to deal with that resin, you know, it's really something that's building, like alligator to crocodile, you know, building, and eventually it's like no longer can they procrastinate. They have to take action, and it's like, it's like a switch. I don't even feel like it's going to take so much work. I mean, obviously healing is always work, but I feel like once they're on that path, they're on the path. Surrender to inner peace. Absolutely. Cultivate inner peace on a daily basis in quiet, meditative moments. Focus on the stillness within and enjoy this inner refuge. Others will feel your good vibes too, and your life will flow more easily. Yeah, this person's making things so difficult for themselves, you know, so difficult. It's like they don't want to be loved in some way, or they don't feel they deserve to be loved. So it becomes angry. It becomes defensive. It becomes everyone else's fault and problem. We have Aurora Polaris. Okay, and I'll pull one more. And we have Magnetic Field. Okay. And the dark and the light. Which I usually get Chariot from dark and light, integrating our shadow so that we can move forward and be successful in our endeavors. Okay, so okay, let's pull some tarot here. Spirit, clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 3. What will the energy be like between pile 3 and their person when they connect, when they come together? What is the energy going to be like here for pile 3 and their future spouse, their next major relationship person here? Thank you so much. The Hierophant. Oh my goodness. Okay, Taurus energy. Sorry, I'm like I'm spazzing out during this reading. It's very powerful, you guys. I haven't done a reading like quite like this in a while. Okay, Hierophant energy. Like I said, Taurus. And then we have Justice, which is Libra energy in reverse. Major Arcana so far. We have the Ten of Cups, the light bulb. Wow. Embodiment of Pentacles. This is beautiful. This is the King of Pentacles. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. So Taurus coming through quite strong. Why is this Justice in reverse here, Spirit? Okay, well, let's see what we got. These two wanted to come together. So we have the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands. Two tens in reverse. Tens are all about endings. So we can make way for new beginnings. Go figure. And then we have the Nine of Swords. Anxiety. It is in reverse. 10, 10, 10. Bottom of the deck, the Tower. That's why I was feeling what I was feeling here. Holy camole, you guys. I don't even know that I need to read this for you guys. Do you see what I see? Whatever you feel here is definitely what's happening, okay? It's a holy camole. 10 of Pentacles, you guys. Holy shitballs is what I'm going to say. 10, 10, 10, 10. Tower. Ending. Because in order to have a new beginning, we have to dissolve what's not working for us. This does not work for us. And it's a light bulb moment. The Tower crashes hard, okay? And it crashes hard because something that started off as this like person maybe years back, they were this little alligator. Where are they? Why is the alligator missing? Oh my goodness. Oh, sorry. Alligator. Okay. And then it turned into this big crocodile. Like, look at how ginormous this fucking problem got, okay? Because this person didn't do anything. The resin, it's like frozen in time exactly as it happened. Didn't do anything. It's right in the surface, ready to just be dealt with, okay? And so it's so, like, fucking turbulent here. Like, I'm shaking here, okay? Like, I've had 10 cups of coffee. So it falls apart, okay? And it has to fall apart because we can't live in a house of glass and lies to self. We have to deal with things. And although this might have happened, why I say lies is because we are not forever held to an experience we've had in the past. And we cannot hold everything that's going to happen to us in the same regard because of a situation that's happened in the past. Okay? I'm not telling you that. I think you already know that. But this person. So this Tower falls. Okay? And I think they're hanging on to that victimhood. Okay? Because sometimes it's the story we tell ourselves that keeps us alive. That keeps us feeling like we have some self-worth. You know, we are the victim of this circumstance. We are the victim of this story. We follow this narrative because it happened to us. And so we remember it as it was. And we play this out. And we just keep repeating and repeating and repeating until we can't know more because it's pain and suffering as a bully. So Tower falls. And I think this shocks you. Okay? I think it shocks you when you meet this person. I think they're going to be a completely different person. But if, again, you don't know who they are already and you're just going to meet them, I think understanding who they were in the past is going to shock you either way. Okay? There's no way that this gentle, beautiful, open soul was someone like this. Okay, so they connect. So I think this person has a triggering, a hallelujah moment, a come to Jesus moment where they get pulled to the divine, Christ consciousness. They connect with their higher self here. And it comes from a place of love, of God, of divine. They connect. Okay, and it is pure love. God is love. And like I say, sometimes I write on my finger what comes through in the most powerful readings. And I wrote, God is here. Love is here. Okay, and love is God. So I feel like this person connects to love and connects to God in order for them to see the light, to be the person they need to be here. And I feel they no longer hang on to the story of victim in order for them to make a decision and no longer sit in this, procrastination is they have the control to choose the inner peace, but they have to choose it. Okay, so I feel like they get to pull towards them what it is that they are feeling and vibing in that moment. They are a magnetic field. So if they keep pulling chaos, okay, Tower, I'm seeing this lightning, then that's what they pull towards them. But guess what this person is pulling towards them? They're pulling towards them this Tower, okay, this lightning. They're pulling towards the lightning because they're going to get struck by something here that's going to make them see different aspects that they might have not have seen before with this aurora polaris, because every single story has multiple dimensions to it. It's not just one-sided. It's not just as they remember it, right? Them being a victim in this resin, it's like whoever victimized them also had a story, and also not making excuses. But when we're able to find closure and say, you know, if it was a parent, my parent knew what they knew and they were incapable of knowing different, and that's okay, you know, because I can make peace with me in this moment. So seeing things differently here and seeing it from a different sort of colored perspective with this aurora polaris, okay, and seeing the beauty in the suffering. And I know that's hard for people to do unless you connect to a seventh chakra. When we see suffering for suffering, a lot of people don't see beauty. But when you connect to love, you find beauty in suffering. You find humanity in suffering. So you become very in tune, very beautiful soul, I feel here, okay? And this soul now knows the value of what they value here with this Hierophant. They now understand what it's all about. They now know what to commit themselves to, what's of greater purpose in their life, what they want to commit and show up for, you know, what actually matters. And what matters to them, I feel, is the oak tree stability from that acorn, because this is all about stability. This is all about us building an empire that's secure, okay, something that grows over time. Abundance. So I feel this person wants to commit. These are my commitment cards to abundance, to growth, to a legacy here that will stand the test of time for themselves and their family, because they understand that life is not just, and that life is sometimes not balanced. But in order to find justice, we have to find it for ourselves. Otherwise, we're very imbalanced. Otherwise, we cannot be present. Otherwise, we can't experience abundance. Otherwise, we can't build a future that we can, you know, rely on. And so we stay in a state of influx. And so we don't bring towards us things we want, abundance and stuff. And so I feel like this person can either stay in imbalance, can either stay saying, okay, well, this is very unjust, let me stay here, or it was unjust, let me find my balance. By putting an end with all these tens to what I was carrying. I was carrying a tower. I was carrying something built on something that couldn't sustain, and I want something I could sustain. So 10 of Swords in reverse, 10 of Wands. Can't no more. The tower falls. The burden is the straw that breaks the camel's back. The 10 wands of burden that we carry, we hang on to. It's something best released, and they release it. They put an end to it. Okay, and when they put an end to it, this is how you'll know when you guys come together. They have to go through a period of time of making peace and finding closure. And I think a period of time is going to pass. Okay, some time is going to pass. This is a time card, all these tens. It's going to take some time. And I feel like it's when the hurt of letting it go is no longer there, that they've already made peace with an ending. Like, look at how peaceful this 10 of Swords is. You don't see 10 swords sticking out of someone's back. You see serenity. You see someone surrendering to inner peace. You see beauty here. So this person has to put an end to something that was painful in order for them to make themselves available for this 10 of Cups. Ultimate emotional fulfillment with another. This is also my family card, okay? Family, family, family. I think this person's very family orientated, and maybe this is why you're pulled to this person and can sense it and be connected to it, because I feel you guys connect on a very deep soul level, okay? This is ultimate fairy tale, happy ever after. Okay, and this is two people, and look at the dolphins, all about compassion. So I feel a deep sense of unconditional love, compassion, and I feel like this person releases themselves from their demons with this 9 of Swords, anxiety, and this is also what I sometimes call the dark night of the soul, okay, where we have to go through shedding parts of ourselves, or nightmares, or shadows, and I feel like this person has to do this, okay? This is what causes the anxiety. This is what causes the bad behaviors. And I feel like because it's in reverse, I think time passes where they're no longer in anxiety, where they're no longer suffering, where they put it behind them, where they understand in order now to bring justice and balance to themselves. Once they heal and release, they see a fairy tale. They see what they want. And they know that they have to get out of this imbalance because they've released it. Okay, it doesn't mean all of a sudden they're balanced. It just means they released it, and now they have to find justice for themselves. They still have to find now what they understand with this Hierophant, what is of value. They know and they see the key here of what's of value. Now they need to go after it. And I feel like what they go after here is finding this balance with you. I feel like they see stability. They see a future. They see a legacy here. They see greater value and purpose that it's going to bring to them. They see a happily ever after. Okay, family situation here. But it's going to take them time. So this is what I see. I don't know what state you're in. I don't. And like other piles, you could be mirroring. Okay, so if you are hanging on to past pain, and it could be this person's hurt you, and you might think you can never get past this. Okay, and I'm not telling you to forgive someone who's hurt you. Trust me, because I don't know what they did. And some things could be unforgivable, maybe. You know, I don't know. I just know what I'm being fed here from Spirit. And what I'm being fed is unconditional love from Source. When we tap into God, it is Jesus energy, which is all about forgiving, having grace. You know, especially someone who flips like this, if they really truly do, you know, and we could not reach this ourselves and still be resentful and then become the resin. And then we don't know how to forgive this person. And then we become bitter and angry. And meanwhile, this person has reached some state of evolution here and ascension. And you may be having to do this behind this person because you're angry, or because you're still hurt, and because everything they did to you was you being a victim of it. You know, seeing yourself as someone here who experienced all of this stuff, and how could they, and they shouldn't have, and I can be here forever, and I carry this narrative, and this person is like, hey, yo, like, I see the light. Forgive me the sins I've done, for I not know what I did. You know, and so we can't just turn it on and off like a faucet. You know, we can't, because divine timing. So you might go through this yourself. You know, when this person, time's passed and they're ready, and you're like, screw it. Like, I was ready before. Where were they? And I don't know, to be honest with you, this could be your energy, you know, when they come in because of something that they've done with you. Or this could be your energy with something you've experienced with someone else, you know. And so now you're coming to contact with your soulmate here, who's mirroring you, and you're still kind of torn by something that's happened to you in the past. And Spirit is saying, when you connect to crown chakra, when you connect to unconditional love, when you connect to this Christ consciousness, when you find grace, when you find what's really important on your deathbed here, what you value, what you want to show up for, you then enter into this beautiful realm. Okay, Aurora Polaris, I'm seeing the rainbow in the sky, kind of like the Aurora Borealis. Okay, so we see the rainbow, and the rainbow is all about diversity, and it's seeing different perspectives. It's seeing all the colors. Things aren't black and white. So is it, I'm a victim and I'm suffering and shame on this person forever? Or is it a rainbow of, this person has a history, is multidimensional, has experienced something, and now is experiencing different shades of this rainbow, how to be a better person, how to show up, how to make amends. Am I in the rainbow? Am I seeing all spectrums of someone who is challenging? You know, and I'm not saying stick around and heal this person while they're in this. No, this is lay a boundary, walk away until they realize all this stuff and this tower falls. Okay, yeah, 10 of Pentacles. Oh my goodness, did we see this? Maybe we did see it. I'm just keeps freaking out because all these 10s, 10, 10, 10, 10. Yeah, they put an end to and all of the suits here, okay? A lifestyle, a belief, a value system, a burden that they've carried, a past. It's just over in order to have a new beginning. And what's important to them, family, 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 family. Those are all family cards, okay? Even the tower could be the empire we build here. So I feel like they want an empire of family, but what it was that they were hanging on to wasn't sturdy, and it wasn't going to stay. This is what I have. This was a very intense reading. If this resonated for you, oh my goodness, like this is so powerful, you know. I wish you the very best in this, and you know, God doesn't throw at us things we cannot handle. And if you're in this, God bless you, God bless this person. It takes a lot of strength to go from this to this. Okay, a lot of strength, and it goes through dark night of the soul. Release. Release, not to be resin. Okay, and that's where we find true freedom. Okay, the true freedom comes from this, not being victim. So this is what I have. Beautiful pile 3. I hope this resonated for you. I hope you leave a like, a comment. Everything helps my channel to grow, and I will see you soon. Bye.